after chattel slavery, there was Jim Crow laws. Then it was the over policing of black communities, drugs introduced into the black communities, redlining. All this stuff was happening. So what he's saying is, which point in time would you want to go back to for black people? But while he is talking about that, coming out of chattel slavery, black people were married at an 80 to 90% rate. We didn't have rampant crime in our communities. We didn't have rampant drug use in our communities. So there is an aspect of it, yes, where black people were treated badly by the government. But as a community, the black community forced the Civil Rights Act. The black community forced Brown versus the Board of Topeka, Kansas. What the hell are we forcing right now? What are we forcing right now, Ryan Clark? What are we doing now? After all that bad that was happening, we still made the needle move where we needed it to move. People are still crying over Kamala Harris, who wasn't even black. Right? Like, I get it. It's such a disingenuous thing to say.
I believe what Ryan Clark was like, well, the few points that he was trying to say is just trying to say like how Colin Kaepernick is trying to make America a better place. I get that, but with what you said, you basically took the words right out of my mouth. It's just like, well, that's for us to do. It's not really. It's basically for us to do. It's not like we shouldn't look for others to help us out. And we shouldn't be looking for handouts and everything like that. So it's an effort that we need to put in as a whole for us to like keep moving forward and do what we did back then, despite of everything that our my great grandparents, your grandparents have done to like, to start the movements and like basically force like all these movements to like have a better environment for ourselves. Basically, that's what I see. That's what I get from him, at least. But it's just everything else.
I'm gonna challenge you on that.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
All right.
What movement do you feel like Black Americans need in 2024 going into 2025? What movement do we need?
A movement in this day and age, there's really none. It's more so like.
Now you said the movement to get us the movement, right? To get us to where we need to go.
See, okay. With that, the BLM movement.
What did he say?
Ooh.
It would. So no.
Let me tell you something. Wait.
See, what I mean by that is, apart from all the scandalous things that's been happening, I believe it should be a BLM movement, but for us, towards us, because I believe that we're not as unified as we were back in like
the 50s,
the 60s.
anytime after slavery.
Yeah. So I believe it should be a movement where we all just look after each other and like but not be so consumed with greed with how things were in recent times. But it's like, that's what I'm talking about, basically, just like helping each other out.
Okay, so you're talking about a movement within Black people, not looking outwards to the government, not looking out towards other races of people. Black people need to take care of Black people.
Yes.
So Black Lives Matter as an idea, as opposed to Black Lives Matter as an organization, because those are two different things. Should Black Lives Matter? Absolutely. Black Lives Matter organization was a scam, a 1,000% scam.
Yeah, that's why I was like, hold on, let me explain.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, let me say something here, because I know I am aware of what happened, but it's just as an idea, yes, that's a better example. Yeah, as an idea for us to be together and help each other out. Yes.
Yeah, but in order for Black Lives to matter, shouldn't Black Lives matter to Black people?
Yeah.
Okay, so it should. So right now, you can Google any inner city in the United States and see how many Black people were killed on last night. You can Google that. You can look at any inner city anywhere any place you want, any city in the United States, and you could see how many black people were killed last night.
Yeah.
Where's Black Lives Matter? Where's Black Lives Matter? Where's LeBron James? Where's Ryan Clark when black people are killing other black people? So how can we have a movement when these people have a voice and they ain't saying a goddamn word unless somebody's shot by the police?
See, but that's where we don't have to look we don't have to look for the celebrities to give us.
They have the biggest voice.
Yeah, true. No, true that. Yeah, they do have the biggest voice, which would make it easier. But what I'm saying is that people that like us, like the working class citizens, just need to look within ourselves and then say, all right, we need to do better. We need to look at your neighbor and try to help them out the best way we can. Not saying like, oh, just give them like half your money. No, just help them out. You know,
I understand what you're saying. The regular working class citizens need to look out for each other and uplift and do better amongst each other. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think the average working class citizen is out shooting people? Do you think the average working class citizen is out selling death and destruction in their communities?
No.
So what can the average everyday working class citizen do if you're already not doing those things?
True.
There's always going to be a population of people who are always going to do wrong, no matter what.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are causing all the trouble.
But would there
So what is everyday working class man or woman supposed to do? I've never shot anybody. You've never shot anybody. What more can we do?
Would there be a possibility to like lower that, like lower all the violence and like people who be shooting up other people?
But who? Criminals are always going to commit crimes.
Right.
So what you're saying is having less criminals commit less crimes. How do you stop a criminal from committing a crime?
Talking about now, not much, but it's for more so the next generation. It's like keep these kids in schools.
You're the next generation. What do you mean the next generation? That's you.
My time has come. You must continue your journey without me.
What are you? What?
No. Well, for us, really, it's just like, I mean, we should know what's right and what's wrong from people from my generation, really. But it's just
your generation is the generation who's next up. Do you realize the world that your generation is going to create is starting now?
Damn.
You have more years left on this earth than I do. So this is your world. Gen Z, this is your world. The world you want it to be in 20 years, y'all got to start creating it now. You can't then be 20 years older and say, hey, I want the world to be this way. The way you want it to start, the way you want the world to be, it starts being created now. And y'all got to recognize this.
I would say, yes, we do need to like wake up and like, hey, we need to start doing this now. But it's like, what I mean by next generation is like the generation after. Because I think with us, it's more so we need to change our habits with all that. Just like, all right, we need to actively think like, hey, what can we do to make our community better for us? Like, or people, or my generation in general is like, what can we do to make a better America? It's like, hey, what can we do to make a better community within ourselves? And it's like, how? It'll be a process, but it could be something could be done. It's better than nothing. Better than just sitting here doing what?
I don't believe that it's as difficult as you think. A rising tide lifts all ships, right? Each individual person not selling drugs, each individual person not hitting the old lady over the head after she left the ATM, each individual person not committing murders, not committing crimes, not committing robberies. That's how you end it all. Each individual person has to not do these things. And now the whole community lifts up because nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if you have 100 people and 95 are not committing crimes, those 5 that are causing all the problems.
Right. But like you said, it's like there's always going to be people within a certain demographic that's going to be committing crimes. There's always going to be that.
True.
But it's best to lessen that other than just to have it where it is and possibly leave it rising. But to point out what you said, like, oh, have everyone not, not rob somebody or not knock a grandmom over her head. But no, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's to some people it's probably already a habit. It's already in their minds that's like just gonna keep doing this until they get till they get arrested or probably get shot or something, or even worse, probably dead. But
again, there's nothing the average everyday citizen can do if you're already working class, taking care of your family, not committing crimes. You are the solution. The solution isn't for the average everyday working citizen to do more.
yeah,
It's for the people who are committing crimes to do less. That's what it is. Because there's nothing you or I not committing crimes. That's already happening. Do you see what I mean? Now, are those people who are poor or people who are struggling to make ends meet and they're out here committing crimes? Yes, but that wasn't their first option. There was a progression that led to them. It could have been drug addiction. It could have been alcoholism. It could have been, parents being evicted and kids put into foster homes and then running away. Who knows what it is? But it's there. And there's nothing that you or I, average, everyday working class citizen, in my opinion, there's nothing more for us to do. We are doing what we're supposed to do. We are a part of the 95% that's doing everything right.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Now, again, you got to have concrete solutions, though. You have to have a concrete plan for how these things are going to stop. It can't be where these kind of, hopeful strategies. Hope isn't a strategy.
Hope is irrational.
Concrete planning is a strategy.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I mean, it sounds good to say it, but it's just like putting in the effort and trying to actually make it happen. It's just always going to be the hard part.
Because you can't, all humans have free will. So you can't control what another person is going to do, right? You can't control me from right now getting in my car, drinking a pint of vodka and going driving 100 miles an hour up the highway. You can't control that.
Yeah.
I can control that. So each of us has to individually control what we do. And then that as a whole affects everyone.
See,
This is an individual responsibility. There isn't a community solution to this. There's an individual responsibility in all of us.
See, but with that, would having a better example within your environment, would that help out? Because I believe that would, like, having a better example of people, like not just celebrities, like, family, friends, like, if not family, like, your guardians or whoever is about you.
So you don't think the person that is about to go spin the block and drill and kill doesn't have examples of people who are not killing people in that person's life?
All right.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Of course they do. They choose not to. You see, free will indicates you have individual choice. We all have a choice.
Yeah.
You have a choice right now to be right here. I have a choice to be right here. Or we could be out committing crimes, hitting old ladies over the head, taking their bill money.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that, but there's somebody that is choosing to do that. That's just I don't think that there's a community solution to this. There's an individual solution. And that's what people want to skip over. They want to skip over our individual choices to do something or not to do something.
Okay. So like, since it's like an individual solution, now for those who, who still choose to like go down the wrong path, now would you just say, since he doesn't want to be here, hey, just whoever does, hey, just keep on moving with me kind of thing, or keep on helping everyone out?
I believe the people who want to do the right thing are going to do the right thing. And those are the people who are in your immediate circle, right? You don't have someone in your circle who wants to go against the grain, right? If you want to go to the gym every day, you want to go to the gym 7 days a week, you don't have someone in your circle who's like, nah, I'm never going to the gym. That's not your group. You see what I mean? So you associate with people who are doing similar things.
Yeah, no, I get that. Be around certain people who has the same goal as you kind of think. Yeah, I get that.
Exactly. You don't, very rarely do you see the 3-star athlete who is football, basketball, and track and field hanging out, smoking weed and selling drugs. That's usually not the same person, unless you're Mikey Williams. But that, we're not going to talk about
All right.
that.